Well everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE and compare it against the iPhone 11 and see which particular phone is a better one for you. Now, these two might seem like kind of random phones we're comparing, but there's a chance that the iPhone 11 is probably going to last as long as the Galaxy S23 FE, even though the FE just came out. So, keep that in mind. You can buy an iPhone 11 for substantially cheaper than the S23 FE, so I'll leave both these phones linked down in the description. You can get them from there, and you can help support the channel at the same time. Now, starting off with the outside, the iPhone 11, which came out back in 2019 on the front, has a 6.1-inch IPS panel. It's an overall pretty good looking display. There's not really that much to hate on here. It's pretty much what you'd expect. It's 750p, it's 60 hertz, pretty much a basic looking display, pretty much a basic panel for the most part, and that's kind of what you're getting here with the notch. The Galaxy S23 FE, on the other hand, has a bigger 6.4-inch dynamic AMOLED display. It's a 1080p panel and it's 120 hertz. This is easily a way better panel than the iPhone 11 for sure. No matter which way you look at it, you're going to be getting a much better device on that type of phone than on something like the iPhone 11. So that's just kind of how these things go. On the bottom, iPhone 11 has that Lightning port. The S23 FE has the USB Type-C port with Samsung DeX. It's a really cool feature to have, having that Samsung DeX experience is really, really nice, and that's kind of what you're getting with that type of device. On top of that, between both, still lots of overlap here, you're getting glass backs on both this time around. You're getting a triple camera setup on the S23 FE, dual camera setup on the iPhone 11, wireless charging on both, but you are getting reverse wireless charging on the S23 FE, which is a really nice feature to have. So, on the outside, I will definitely tell you, a phone like the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE is probably the one that's going to give you more of a flagship experience. This is the device that's going to be giving you, overall, the better experience in every single way you could probably think about it. But the iPhone 11, I think, still holds its own, and I still think it feels fairly premium for the most part. In terms of the camera setup, like I said before, triple camera setup on the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE, wide telephoto ultra-wide lens. The iPhone 11, you're getting that wide and ultra-wide camera, so you are missing that telephoto lens on the iPhone 11. You're getting 4K at 60 on the front and the back of both these phones. But the S23 FE does have that 8K capability, which is a very nice feature to have. Having 8K is very good, and that is something that I actually like a lot from that specific device. So, in my opinion, once again, having a device that is kind of at the caliber of the S23 FE is a very, very nice thing to have, and it will future-proof you for sure over the iPhone 11. In terms of software updates though, this is the thing and the feature where you may look at as probably being more similar than not on both. With the iPhone 11, this thing probably has another 2 to 3 years of software updates inside of it, and the S23 FE is probably the exact same thing. So this is something that's actually really crazy. When you're looking at both, you're probably getting, overall in my opinion, very similar experience between both in terms of software updates. Now, like I said, the FE just came out, the iPhone 11's been out for years, but that's just kind of what happens when you're getting these two types of devices. So that's just one thing to keep in mind here. You're probably overall going to be getting that better experience in software, maybe on the FE, but pretty much the iPhone 11 is going to be on par with it as well. In terms of basically the performance, the iPhone 11 has that Apple A13 Bionic chip inside of it with 4GB of RAM, where the FE has that Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset inside with 8GB of RAM on basically both models supported. So this is something that's actually really cool on both, because the performance on the FE is good, for what you're getting now. It's actually pretty good. The iPhone 11 is good for its age. The iPhone 11 is pretty much going to be the slower phone compared to the Galaxy S23 FE, and like I said, that's just kind of what happens when you're getting a device like this. That's just kind of what happens year over year over year. With something like the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE, this is going to be one of the better experiencing phones that you're going to be getting, but the iPhone 11, for how old this phone is actually still kind of surprising. You would genuinely be surprised how good of a job Apple did with this phone back then, giving it pretty much the same type of performance as the iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max, which was very cool. Where does it stand now? Definitely not that good of a performing device that you'd probably expect, but I do think Apple did a pretty good job with it at the time, and it's still, holding up quite well, even against phones like the S23 FE, even against phones like the iPhone 15, to be honest. So, to kind of sum up this whole entire comparison, what I'll tell you is, there's definitely lots of advantages of buying a phone like the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE over the iPhone 11. You're getting a better display, you're getting better performance sometimes, you're getting more flagship features like 120 Hz and even reverse wireless charging and Samsung DeX. But the iPhone 11 for its price is still a very good performing phone. I like the iPhone 11 for how cheap it is. You can buy it for around $200, and it's a pretty good $200 phone. It's not perfect, but I do think for the most part, it's pretty much still worth buying, and this would be a phone I would definitely recommend buying for sure. So that's kind of how both these phones kind of compare. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.